Hey everyone, just want to give you a quick demo of Canva as I showed you on Sunday night at LeadershipCon. We're just going to quickly go around what exactly is Canva, how can you use it, how can it affect your business, the stuff you do at church, the stuff you do at work, the stuff you do in your spare time, your hobbies and other interests. So how can you use Canva? So Canva is a piece of design software, and what I'm going to design today is a presentation that we can use for slides at church on a Sunday. So I've clicked the presentation setting, and then you'll see straight away it brings up a blank document, but along the left hand side there are loads of different presets which you can use in order to create your document. So there's so many that you can just start with, so it gives you a starting point. You know, when you design something, the hardest bit can be just starting. So Canva gives you a load of free designs to start with, so you can see I'm trying a few different ones here. Then I find this one here, the craft workshop. I like this design. I'm like, this can make some really nice slides. So I start typing in the name of my talk. So my talk's going to be called The Bridge, because I'm going to talk about how Jesus created a bridge between us and the Father, which is salvation. So I'm going to talk about the bridge. So here you see here I've changed the text. I've got rid of one field because I didn't need it, and then I'm just going to keep changing these. You can move them around. It's like click and drag. It's super easy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a picture from there's a library of free pictures. You can see here they all say free on them. So I'm going to try and find a picture that I like that will complement what I'm doing. So that one I don't particularly like. That one's quite cool. So I drag it on, and I've got a picture, and it's just a case of clicking and dragging. There's some you pay for, but there's an awful lot of free ones too. So you just click and drag them on, and you find one you like. So that looks really nice, I think. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the ComChurch logo, because on all of our church related media we always put the logo we always put the church logo. So you can see here I've got a huge library of things that I've uploaded to Canva, but what you can see is that I've got several different types of ComChurch logos. So I'm going to upload one of those, just drop it in on top, drag it around. I tend to put it in one of the corners just to keep it tidy. And I've gone for the white logo because I've got white text, so it just matches. And I'm just quickly drag things around, create a bit more space. That's great. So that's my title slide. But then what I may think is that I want a different photo. So I'm going to go to Google Images, and I'm going to search for bridge, and I'm going to see if there's a picture that I like a bit better. So I'm having a look here, because what you can do is you can just download it and then re-import it into Canva. So I'm like, okay, what do I like here? And I'm not seeing any I like, so I'm going to be a bit more specific. So I'm going to search for bridge, background, because sometimes it'll bring up bigger pictures. And then I found a picture that I like. What you can do actually is you can search by size. So it's a really good tip actually, because obviously for when you're making slides you need the biggest picture possible. So I found one here that's really big, and then I'm going to download it and then import it. So all you do is you find it wherever you've saved it to, select your downloads folder, and then you drag it into the software, and it just automatically starts uploading. And then I can just drag it on, boom, and then that looks great. I'm really happy with that. Right, to make a new slide I hit that little copy button, and then it makes an exact copy of the same slide. And what I'm going to do now is make a slide with a quote on it. So I'm going to just try and resize some of the bits, because what I normally do with a church slides is I'll put the title of the talk and I'll leave it in the top corner. So what I'm doing here is I'm just selecting it. You see here you can resize the text. It's just like Microsoft Word or Publisher or something. It's super easy. You just click and drag. And you haven't got to, it shows you how things line up. It gives you guidelines and stuff, so you haven't got to worry about it not lining up. When you've done that, you see how I'm looking to see if you can drop other pictures on, and it drops them on top if there's a picture that you want to illustrate a point. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to add some more text. So I'm going to go here on heading, and I'm going to start typing my quote. So I think I came up with a quote here. So I'm just typing in my quote. and you see it will automatically try and format it so it's on different lines, so that it's not going to like run over the screen. It will automatically format it so it goes on to new lines, so you haven't got to worry about that. So here's my quote: God's love created a bridge from what we deserved to what he deserved. Okay, so that's my quote, and then I'm gonna just move it around. I'm gonna pick a font. You see, I think fonts make the biggest difference when you're designing something, and Canva's got some really, really nice fonts. It's got some not so great ones, but it's got some really nice fonts. So it's just playing around with them and being consistent. So if you're going to use the font for if I'm going to use this font for my quote, I'm going to use it for my scripture on the next slide. So I pick my font, going to find a nice size that just fills the space, and I'm going to stick it there, and it's like super easy. So now my third slide I'm just going to make a scripture. So I'm going to type my scripture out. There we go. So what we're going to find here is I'm going to have to resize this because it's going to be a little bit big for the space. So I'm just going to make it 30. There we go, look, and it fits nice. Move it around. There we go. So there's my slides. So now when I'm happy with them, I can go up the top, and you see there's a thing that says download. You want to hit that, and then probably hit PNG, I like, for these kind of things, and then hit download. It gives you an option to choose the pages, but we just hit all pages. And then what it will do, it will give you a nice quote, which you can read while it's downloading, and then it will just go to your downloads, and then it will open up, and there's your slides, and you're done. So remember, guys, that there's so many different templates in Canva. There's so many different document styles. So whether you're making leaflets, you're making flyers, you're making presentations for work, you're making birthday cards, you're making email invites, you can literally make anything. You can make bookmarks, you can make letterheads, anything. It's really good, and there's templates for every single type of thing that you can ever think of. So it's really worth using, and it will just force you to be a little bit more creative, not just use the standard PowerPoint templates or the kind of really old-fashioned looking publisher templates, but it will force you to be a little bit more clever with the way you design things, and it's very, very easy. I think it's probably easier than publisher. It's very, very straightforward, and you can create something that looks very impressive in minutes.